What's good? It's a boy with the roots, and today we're going to check out Madagascar, the first one in the trilogy, soon to be quadrilogy. And it's a 2005 American CGI comedy film produced by Dreamworks and distributed by Dreamworks Pictures. It was directed by Eric Darnell and Tom McGaff from a screenplay by Mark Burton, Billy Flock, and features an assembled cast featuring Ben Stiller, Chris Rock, David Schwimmer, Jigga Pinkett Smith, Sacha Baron Cohen, Cedric the Entertainer, Andy Richter, Tom McGrath, Chris Miller, Jeffrey Katzenberg, Christopher Knight, Conrad Vernon, Eric Darnell, David P. Smith, El Elcelia Gabriella, Bob Sargent, David Corrigal, and Stefano Abstotonia. A big cast right there. Released on May 27, 2005. The film initially received mixed reviews from critics, but was a success at the box office, becoming one of the biggest films of 2005, and it went on to launch a franchise with a series of films, sequels, and a television spin-off. What do I think about this film? Well, let's talk about the plot. And a bored zebra named Marty wants more out of life, and he wants to explore the wild, and he escapes, and it's up to his friends Alex the lion, Melman the giraffe, Gloria the hippo to try and persuade Marty to come back, where they end up going on this crazy adventure and end up in Madagascar. And this film, in all honesty, was my childhood. Like, out of all the DreamWorks movies in the DreamWorks canon, out of all of them, this one I feel like I've watched the most. I've watched this film too many times to the point where when I rewatched it, I was literally quoting it. I knew what they were going to say before it. This is the film that it's one of the most rewatchable animated films I've ever seen. Like, dude, like the jokes are just on point and funny, and it's just so great. From like the opening sequence with Marty just like, having this dream world, and then Alex just, surprising him, and just the birthday stuff. And it's just a non-stop ride of just good jokes, good humor, good timing. And this is like the animation really has improved. Like the style and like the designs are very toony looking, which made me really like this film. Now, this is one thing you wouldn't believe. As a kid, before this film, I hated CGI films. I didn't like them. So because I grew up in the 2000s, I never really liked CGI movies, like 3D films, like the Pixar films. Like, I never really got into them. Obviously now I'm a different dude and I love them, but back then when I was a child, I was all for like 2D films. I didn't like CGI films. I didn't like the way they looked, the way they moved. I didn't like that real look to it, that weird kind of like cross between cartoon land and real reality. It was too freaky for me. It was too off-putting. But with this film, I really liked it. It was the first CGI film that I really enjoyed because like the characters are just designed so they're very exaggerated, and the movements and the motion is all over the top. It's so fast, and it's like I'm watching a 2D cartoon at times. And I think that's what really made this film appealing for me. It was really, really great. I love our main like cat, like our main gang. They're all really unique. Alex, this steak obsessed dude, and I love his kind of like reaction to being in the wild, how he wants to go back. Marty, who's just kind of got his head in the clouds and not really thinking about the feelings of his friends. And then Melman and Gloria are just great. Melman is probably my favorite. um I just love his design and just his character. And Gloria, I kind of feel like she's kind of like the glue in this gang, like trying to hold this gang together. I really like them. I like the monkeys and I like the penguins. The penguins of Madagascar were really great. They're all really entertaining. And then you get to Madagascar itself, and you got King Julian, Maurice, and Mort, who are just great. Mort is this. I hate this dude and I love him because he's just too damn cute. Like, I nothing that cute should be exist. Like, it's just too damn cute, Mort. Like, my gosh, Mort is too cute. The soundtrack is also really rocking and groovy. I flipping love this soundtrack. It's great. Fun fact here. I watched this film in the cinema obviously when I was like what 7, and I remember in like McDonald's, like this lady kind of was selling these bootlegged, really badly kind of like ripped versions of up to date movies. So in 2005, what we had Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and she sold us Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, which is like a camcorded version on DVD. Madagascar, which was like Eastern European version. Even though it had the English dubbing, it was clearly it was an illegal imported Eastern European version. And then you had Finding Nemo. That one wasn't too bad. But yeah, and I watched the heck out of this film. Like I watched it over and over and over and over and over again, my dudes and dudettes. Like the amount of times I've watched this film is crazy. Like I could close my eyes and I can picture each scene, what happens in each scene. It's just such a rewatchable movie, and it's just so much fun and so much energy and so much humor. But there's a lot of heart to it, which I really did like. There's nothing I really hate about this film. I would say, if you're to watch a DreamWorks movie, you watch this one. This film is nearly perfect. It's near perfect, and I think it's perfect in my eyes. I'm gonna give this film a 10 out of 10. I'm gonna give this film an A plus, and it's not purely for nostalgic reasons. It is really a great film. Maybe a 9 out of 10. I mean, the CGI is a little bit clunky at times. The rendering isn't that good, but man, it's so nostalgic. So yeah. Go check it out. I recommend it. Thank you for watching this review. Please like and share this video and comment down below and tell me what's your favourite DreamWorks flick. With that said, thank you for watching. And as always, a boring review signing out.